I'm back! That's gone really quick, hasn't it, guys? It's been like 5 weeks since I've been on hiatus, and I'm finally back. I can finally get back to my recording equipment, finally can play War Thunder and games again, and I'll leave you guys in charge for 1 month. And what do I come back to? We have British helicopters.
Oh, she's the one, Cole.
We have flying water towers. Copy and paste Chinese tech tree. Kerbal Space Program 2. I mean, oh my god. Mach 2 jets as well. And then they have to go ruin it all by removing the mouse. 99999. So we're going to start off with War Thunder news first, and we get a moment's silence for the Panther II Crayon and the mouse, which are going to be getting removed in this patch. I cannot believe they're going to be removing these vehicles, which is going to make wereabouts absolutely scream in pain absolutely everywhere. I can sort of understand why they're doing it, but I still think it's a really bad decision on Gaijin's part. I understand that a lot of these tanks don't technically exist, like the Panther II and the Crayon. The mouse does exist, sort of. There's actually the one in, I can't remember what museum it is in Russia. So there is a prototype, there is a tank of this, but they're removing it anyway because they say they can't balance it. But the reason they can't balance it is because of how the battle rating system and the fact they've added in so many tanks with ATGMs around the battle rating of the mouse, which means that rather than trying to solve the problem, they're just going to remove the problem altogether, and then they're going to add it in as an event tank later on down the line, which I'm sure you could be able to buy for 700 golden Gaijin coins, like the E100. It's just another exercise to try and make more money out of the community. I think it's a real shame that they're moving these vehicles. It really is, mostly because the interesting vehicles in it makes people want to play the game. They look at the tech trees in the German chat and they go, oh, Panther II, oh, they've got the mouse in there, and makes people want to play the game. Instead, what we're getting is more M48s. Who wants to play M48s? If I want M48s, I'll play the American tech tree. Nobody's interested in M48s. Maybe one person out there, but it's not me. And I think it's a really poor decision on Gaijin's part. And it's lucky that I already have them, but I feel sorry for people that don't have those tanks already or haven't actually started grinding them yet. And they're not going to be able to get them soon. Real shame indeed. Also with this patch, we're finally getting British helicopters after like 6 months of me saying that they need to be added into the game. We're getting the Lynx Premium as well as other British helicopters as well, which is really nice that finally we get to some British helicopters. No Apache, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but they are adding in Tier 7 helicopters and Tier 7 Premiums as well. Absolute mind boggles. They're just, with Gaijin, it's like one good act for one bad act. They have to shoot themselves in the foot every time they add something nice in to like counteract the good things. I really do not understand the logic. It's just another excuse just to try and get more money out of the community. The big surprise with this patch is they're adding in the copy and paste Chinese tech tree, which I'm really surprised about. I wasn't expecting this at all with this patch, which is overall I think a good thing, even though the tech tree is pretty much a copy and paste of British, American and Soviet tanks and aircraft. It's going to be like a mashup of just all the other nations together, and they get lots of good stuff as well. There's a few unique vehicles in there, and there's some like variants of lots of existing vehicles. On the whole, it's a good idea, but it's still lazy as well by Gaijin. It's just like, instead of like introducing say Sweden, which I was sort of presuming might be coming in this patch, no, we get another copy and paste of other tanks and aircraft which are in the game. And one thing which is going to be leading on to the next subject as well, that they're adding in a supersonic jet for China right from the get-go, which is going to be the license-built MiG-21, which is really annoying that they're adding this in, but other nations like Britain don't have a supersonic jet yet. China's just absolutely just leapfrogged everybody, and they get the better version of the MiG-21 as well. It just boggles my mind that Britain and some of the other nations just get absolutely shafted patch after patch in terms of like balance and being competitive with the other nations. The other huge news this patch is we're getting Mach 2 jets into War Thunder. Absolutely mind-boggling. We're hitting Mach 2 now, where certain nations, but other ones don't have any supersonics at all, like Britain, France and Italy, which have just been left absolutely in the dust compared to other nations, just been swept under the carpet and forgotten about, which is a little bit of a shame. But we're getting the Phantom, which is one of my favourite jet aircraft, absolutely iconic from the Vietnam War. Such a brute of an aircraft. I'm really, really happy that they're adding it in, and I cannot wait to be able to play it. I missed the dev server, which was at the weekend, really annoying me, but I'll hopefully be able to get on and play the next dev server, which might be on later this week, or might even get the live patch, who knows by this point. We're getting the MiG-21 as well, and the Chinese licensor copy of it, which is ironically has a better engine and better guns on it as well. It's kind of funny that the MiG-21 has already been superseded in the same patch before it's been introduced, which is kind of ironic, really. I do think the Phantom is just going to rule the roost this patch. It really, really is, in terms of just the amount of firepower it has, and the disparity between that and the MiG-21 is just crazy, with 3 gun pods versus the 60 rounds which the MiG-21 has with its 30mm gun, and it doesn't really have any ground ordnance either compared to the Phantom, which can carry like 11,000 kilograms worth of equipment. Absolutely mind-boggling, the disparity between the two. The F-104 Starfighter, I think, would have been a better for balance between the two nations, kind of more comparable between the MiG-21 and the F-104 compared to the Phantom. But there we go, that's what we're getting this patch. No English electric lightning though, of course. Britain has not allowed any supersonic jets, and there's no Mirage, or there's no, I don't know what the Italians will probably use. I guess they use the F-104 Starfighter as well. We'll never know. We'll see what happens in the next couple of patches. Hopefully, to God, we'll get those in like the next patch, and finally we'll get some like balance between all the nations in terms of at least having a supersonic jet. I don't know how it's going to go with the balancing with these in terms of batter rating either, because on the dev server they had a 10.0 batter rating. If they're going to be at 10.0, like, it's going to be just carnage if they're up against subsonic Sabres and MiG-17s. We're just going to get slaughtered by these Mach 2 jets that just absolutely bully them into submission. If it wasn't bad enough already with the F-100 and the MiG-19 and the T2, which is going to be losing its crown, I think, with this patch. I still think it's going to be really good, the T2, and it's got really good acceleration on the T2, so I think it'll probably be really good still. Most of the engagements I've seen from like the videos I've watched as well seem to happen below supersonic speeds, so I think it's going to be a bit more balance across the nations which do have those supersonic jets. The other news outside of War Thunder is the Kerbal Space Program 2 has been announced. Oh my god, I was so excited. I'm watching this trailer. I've watched it like at least 10 times by now, and absolutely so hyped up for this. I absolutely adore Kerbal Space Program. I think it's my second best played game after War Thunder. I've spent many hours on Kerbal Space Program, so I definitely expect some of that. Some gameplay of that, and probably live streaming that when it comes out next year. It's kind of like expanding on the Kerbal, original Kerbal game, like with more Kerbal, with more systems to be able to explore, like colonization as well, which kind of like nitty-gritty details were kind of lacking from the original Kerbal, which had to be added in with mods. But it seems to be they're going in the right sort of direction. It's not the same company that made it last time. I can't remember who it is. Is it Star Theory? I think they're making it this time instead of Squad. But I do have high hopes and have really high expectations, so hopefully I won't be disappointed. The other big news in terms of space stuff is, I'm not sure if you've seen this, with Elon Musk, SpaceX, with his flying space hopper, his flying water tower, which has been done its hop of 150 meters. What an absolutely spectacular sight that was! Absolutely crazy that this crazy contraption with this Raptor engine can go to this height, and it's made out of steel as well. It's so like unconventional, so like retro 1950s, but it's so high tech at the same time. It's absolutely mind-boggling, and the speed and the scale of the pace that they're advancing with this Starship is absolutely crazy, and I cannot wait for the next couple of years seeing this like progressing like into the prototype stage and actually seeing this launching. So we'll hopefully get the crew launches as well for the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket later this year. There's so much to look forward to in terms of space. It's so exciting. I love space stuff, and you know I love space stuff. So that's going to be that looking forward to the next couple of months as well. Now the last big thing for this week is World of Warcraft Classic has come out. If you don't know, I'm a massive World of Warcraft nerd. I've played it for many years, and I've kind of disappointed to miss the launch for it. But I've been able to pick it up now. I've been playing a little bit today when I've got back, and really enjoying it. It's so retro though. It's just lacking so much of what the modern game, the up-to-date game has. If people are interested in me streaming World of Warcraft, I know it's not really what I do on my channel, but if people would interest me in leveling, because I'm going to be leveling with some of my friends in like some of my spare time, let me know in the comments below, and I'll happily live stream some. I'll probably like a more mellow sort of live stream rather compared to War Thunder. Get some music on, get some chills, and have a chat if you're interested in that sort of thing. Let me know in the comments below if you would like me to play some World of Warcraft Classic for you guys. So anyway, yeah, I am back, guys. I won't be going away for the foreseeable future, so we'll be able to get stuck in back into War Thunder again with the Mach 2 jets, Chinese tech tree, etc. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, so check out for that. Oh yeah, one last thing before I go. I'm going to be making some War Thunder cinematics soon. I'm going to need extra players to be able to stand in for certain aircraft and tanks, etc. So if you want to get involved with that sort of thing, join my Discord below for more information with that. Probably won't be for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, until I've got enough time to be able to coordinate lots of people together. So if you do want to get involved with that sort of thing, join the Discord below and wait out for that. Take care, guys. Look out for tomorrow's video, and I'll catch you sometime soon. Bye.